Shalom. We give all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, out there pushing this truth and sincerity across the four winds, and sincerity and truth. All right. I wanted today's lesson. Today's lesson is going to be about, um, you know, the reason for the times to come, and how the Most High, when you find yourself in a situation, where you're going to be put before rulers and kings, that the Most High is going to use those situations. If you find yourself in those situations, though, if that's your lot, the Most High is going to use that situation to glorify Himself, and through you, to glorify Himself through you, and to just stay strong and persevere. If you find yourself in a situation, if it was allotted to you, and stay faithful, and just know that Yahweh, Yahawashi, is behind it, and the script is already written. This is His story. This is their story, right? So from here, I want to start with Mark 13:9. It says, "But take heed to yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to councils, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten." Okay, and this also goes in reference to, it says, when the servant is no greater than his master. All right, so we know that Yahawashi went through these things, before He made the ultimate sacrifice. All right, now that's this part here is really just a it's literally the same thing that's going to happen to His servants. All right, the true men of the Most High, and those who is allotted for, again, not all of the elect will have to go through this. All right, now we continue on. Said, "And ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them." Okay, so the people in power now, the presidents, the governors. Again, I mentioned, I believe in a previous video, about the Council of Governors, for the different FEMA regions that these elite have set up according to their plans. All right, so you be brought before kings and rulers, even governors, different councils. All right, again, just like what happened to Yahawashi. All right, so this is all, this verse right here is pretty much, this precept is it's just sort of like a deja vu, all right, of what already happened to our Lord and Savior Yahawashi. Okay, now let me go to give some examples, all right, of how the Most High is going to work through us, if we find ourselves in those, in that lot, how the Most High is going to work through us, again, to glorify Himself, and, to show His power through us. All right. Now, we may be nervous, or, you may find yourself nervous, or, in the flesh, of course, but in the spirit, just pray to be rock solid during that time, that the Most High put the spirit on you to endure, and also know that that Yahawashi has given us examples of how He uses His men to glorify Himself. All right. So during those times when you find yourself in those situations before kings and rulers, just remember that the Most High has the heart of the kings in his hands. All right. And like the streams of waters, he turneth it whichsoever way he chooses. All right. But just remember, don't lose faith in that time. All right. You may be a little shaken in the flesh, but you got to be solid in the spirit and know that the Most High is in full control over all of those, over that entire situation you find yourself in. All right. But moving on, I'm gonna go two examples of the Most High using His men, all right, to glorify Himself. All right. Go to Daniel 3. Start at verse 17. Okay. If it be so, this is talking about this is going to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace. You know, these are men of the Most High. All right, these are men that stood firm and refused to bow down to the decree of the king, which was King Nebuchadnezzar at the time. All right, and they refused to bow a knee and take a knee, just like we're gonna have to refuse when they push this mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. All right, and when they have you bow down and worship their you know their satanic system, their new world order, all right, if you will. But it says, if it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. Right, this is faith right here, y'all. This is faith. All right, this is faith. Okay. It says, verse 18, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Plain as day. They refuse to do it. All right. And this is again Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right, men of the Most High. All right, and they displayed a great amount of faith, you know, for being in such a circumstance, predicament. All right, and this is again proof that if you find yourself in a similar situation, similar predicament, all right, you stand fast, you stand firm, and you say, no, I'm not going to do it, and you refuse it, you know, and whatever's going to happen, hey, it's in the hands of the Most High. That's faith, you know. Great example. Now I'm gonna go down to verse 28, and here's the point. Okay, it says, now this is a prime example of where I was, what just happened, where I was just reading that. It was 3:17. It says, so right here, verse 17 and 18. All right, this sign, this great showing of faith, all right, by our forefathers, right? This is what it led to. This is the Most High. Through that faith, all right, the Most High glorified Himself. All right. It says, then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be the God, the power, Yahweh, of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel and delivered his servants. All right. So as you can see here, even during that predicament, the Most High had His angel with his men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right, and delivered His servants. He delivered them. All right. So it was deliverance here. It was protection and deliverance for the three men. All right, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The Most High had them protected and delivered. All right. Said that trusted in Him and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies. All right. That's that faith. When they yielded their bodies, they just that was a display of faith. All right, because up in verse 17 to 18, it showed them refusing. All right, they refused to they refused to obey King Nebuchadnezzar's decree. All right, they refused to worship another god. All right, so and they yielded their bodies, so they had faith, and they made that sacrifice. All right, says that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own power. All right, so they refused to serve or worship any other god. Point blank. Period. All right. Um, but again, this is King Nebuchadnezzar speaking, right? He said, "Blessed be the power, Yahweh, of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego." All right. So this is King Nebuchadnezzar acknowledging, all right, that these men are the men of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah. All right. This is the king acknowledging that. All right. So when you brought before these kings and rulers, as I brought out in Mark 13 and 9, all right, you know, the Most High will use that situation, all right, to test you and to bring glory to His name. You know, simple as that. He will bring glory to His name through you, through that situation, if you remain faithful. All right, and that's what He did here. Okay, now you got the king who wanted to burn them alive. All right, the fiery furnace. All right, you got that same king who wanted to burn them alive. Is now saying, "Blessed be the power Yahweh Vashem Yahawashi, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego." But a couple precepts up, he wasn't interested in the power of Yahweh Yahawashi. He was interested in killing the men of the Most High. Okay, but the Most High took that situation because of their faith and the spirit that He had on them. All right, He took that situation and turned it for His glory. All right, for His own for His own glory. All right, and so King Nebuchadnezzar ended up respecting these men. All right, the men of the Most High, and he ended up respecting the men of the Most High, and um, ultimately coming under subjection, okay, to the Most High Yahweh. All right, this is a king right here. This is a king. Okay, the same king that wanted them dead is the same king that end up worshiping, or not worshiping, but end up acknowledging and submitting, all right, to the power of the men of the Most High. You see that transformation? That's the Most High having full control over the situation. That's the Most High responding to the faith of these men, of His men. All right, and that's where we gotta be when we find ourselves in those situations. The Most High is going to respond to the faith we have during those situations. All right, and He's going to make it to our good, but ultimately to bring Himself glory. All right. Now you got this king here, all right, who fully submitted to the Most High Yahweh. Look how that turned out, right? All right. It says, "And yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own power." Down to Daniel 3:29. "Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the Most High Yahweh of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces." Okay, again, here's that transformation. All right, the Most High took that king and made him submit. All right, brought glory unto His name, saved and delivered His men. All right, who stood faithfully. All right, So when we find ourselves in those hot situations, stand faithful and know that the Most High has got it in control. And at the end, He's going to bring glory to Himself. All right? And you being there, you being in those situations, have faith that the Most High is going to use you to glorify Himself. All right? That should be an honorable and noble thing, even though it's going to be scary. But think about the honor. What an honor it would be, okay, to be able that so that the Most High would use you to glorify Himself during those times. All right, think of it more as an honorable thing, you know, which speak anything amiss against the power Yahweh of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces. So the king is now saying whoever uh, whoever speaks anything contrary, all right, whoever speaks anything contrary to, you know, the Most High Yahweh, okay, they ought to be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill. All right, that means go destroy their houses. So they should be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made shall be destroyed. Pretty much. All right. That's the way opposite of how this situation started. Right. It says because there is no other power that can deliver after this sort. So the king at this point was fully convinced. All right, he was fully convinced that Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi was the one and only true power. And how did he come to this conclusion? Because the men of the Most High, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, stood faithful. All right, and the Most High turned that situation around and turned the king's heart around. Okay, and brought Himself glory, and you know, also showed the power that was behind His men. All right, that's the Most High revealing Himself. So if Yahweh, while Yahawashi decides to use you in those situations, those circumstances, all right, know that He's going to show Himself through you. So don't be afraid. All right. Now I'm gonna go to Daniel 6. I'm gonna start at 21. Here's another example. It says, "Then said Daniel." Yeah. All right. Daniel 6:21. Then said Daniel unto the king, "O king, live forever." All right. This is Daniel responding to King Darius. Uh, you know, who was amazed by the fact that he didn't get devoured by the lions in the den. All right. It says, "My power, Yahweh, has sent His angel and has shut the lions' mouths." All right. "That they have not hurt me, for as much as before Him innocency was found in me. And also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt." All right. So Daniel was, the prophet Daniel was committed. He was totally convinced. All right, that he can that the Most High was with him. He was completely convinced. All right. That's why he said what he said to King Darius. All right. Again, being brought before kings. I'll go back again to Mark 13:9. All right. "But take heed to yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to councils, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten, and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them." When you're brought before the kings, all right, for a testimony against them, what's that testimony? That testimony is, all right, that testimony is for you to declare your power, who you serve. It's an act of faith. All right, you're declaring. That's an opportunity for you to declare your power. all right, to whoever you stand before. Like I said, whether it be governors or kings or council, any type of council. All right, that moment right there is a chance for you to be a testimony. Not only give a testimony, but be a living testimony of the power that you serve. And how are you gonna do that? The Most High is gonna show Himself through you. All right, through the Rakakwadash. So it's gonna be all under control. All right, just have that steadfast faith. All right. Now I'm gonna go down to verse 25 here, and this is the end result, the same as we saw in Daniel 3 verses 3 and 28 on down. All right, we're gonna have the same result here. This is the Most High. He took that situation. All right, not only to as an act of faith on Daniel's part through the Rakakwadash, but he took that situation and made Daniel a testimony. The prophet Daniel, he made him a testimony in that situation. He made him a testimony, and he gave him the words to speak, which he said he would give us the words to speak, in that same hour, before we're delivered up before whatever council or kings or governors, that we're going to be delivered up to. All right. Verse 6, Daniel 6:25. Then King Darius wrote unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth. All right. Peace be multiplied unto you. Verse 26. I make a decree. See, now, this is the Most High again, Yahawashi, taking this situation and glorifying Himself. All right. Because it says King Darius wrote unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth. So the whole earth, the Most High Yahweh used this situation to influence King Darius, and King Darius would, because of the reign he had as king, the Most High used him to make a decree, all right, unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth. That's the power and control that our power has. Yahawashi, all right, through the Rakakwadash. That's the power He yields. All right. So again, if you find yourself in those situations, man, just know the power that's behind it. That is for us, our Heavenly Father. All right, our Savior, our Deliverer, Yahawashi. That's the power that they wield, man. All right. So, be strong and know your power and have faith. Right. Peace be multiplied unto you. I make a decree. All right. This is how great the Most High Yahawashi is. All right, it says, I make a decree. This way He made the king do. That in every dominion of my kingdom, men tremble and fear before the power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi of Daniel. So He decreed that, unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in the earth. That means the whole entire earth, everybody. He made a decree to everybody that throughout all His kingdom, men are to fear, tremble, and fear before Yahawashi. All right. So when you find yourself in that situation, right, the Most High may have it set up to where you go before a king or a ruler and a governor, and because you stand steadfast in the faith, and the Most High puts the Spirit on you to speak and just to stand strong and faithful during that moment. The Most High could use you to make that king write a decree that's gonna for the entire world to follow. You know what I'm saying? That's the power. That's the power we're in. That's the power we have behind us. man, it just, man, with those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Those who have eyes to see, let them see. Man, it's a great thing. It's a powerful thing to know the who is with us. You know, so we're not gonna be alone. We're not gonna be alone at all. All right. It says, for he is the living power and steadfast forever. All right, and his kingdom that and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. So again, the Most High is so great, man, because he took that king who wanted to kill Daniel, King Darius. He took that king and, and made him through Daniel's situation predicament. All right, made him uh, decree that men should tremble in fear before, Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah, the power of Daniel. Okay? That's amazing, man. It don't get no better than that. Okay? So when you find yourself in that situation, don't uh don't uh don't deny don't deny what the Most High is doing in that situation. Don't deny your power. All right, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Do not deny them. Instead, pray for faith and the spirit to handle that situation and to trust the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, man, it's great when you think about it. It's wonderful. Because I see it be a time, you might find yourself nervous again. You find yourself nervous in the flesh or something, you know. But it's a lot more going on, than you think. Just remaining faithful is enough to see the salvation of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Just hanging firm in there and during those times. Um, so yeah. Now I'm gonna go down to verse 27. It says, "He delivereth and rescueth, and he worketh signs and wonders in heaven and in earth, who hath delivered Daniel from the power of the lion." So this is again the Most High exalted himself and brought glorified himself. All right, through this situation. All right, man, it's just pretty clear cut, you know. But I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to Akim, who pushing this truth and sincerity, and striving and continuing to make your call and election sure. Uh, until next time, hopefully edified. Shalom.